Sometimes everyone would like to be in the place of the main character. But what if millions are watching you right now? It is the Truman Show that became one of the examples of an idea that might seem to be fictional.
Truman's life is like a story made up by the people who make the TV show. It's hard to tell what's real and what's not. So this makes us wonder if he can really choose what to do, or if other things decide for him because powerful forces outside of Truman control his life. That's connected with determinism. But in the end, Truman chose to go his own way. So I believe that this film directly shows how people can and should change their lives. I think that each of them has hopes. But as in the case of Truman, people need to go a long way to fight their own fears and the obstacles of society in order for this hope to turn into the belief and then into confidence.
Yes, I totally agree with you, but I think that the main part of this film is this philosophical component. The film makes us think that our life can be illusion that other people create for us, and it is all can be just big game. Although many of us try to do like other people, behave like other people, and that's not correct, I think. And as Truman tries to understand his place in this world and gain freedom, he goes through a process of determination, and awareness of uniqueness. So we should understand and think about that we should reflect how we feel, even the whole world tells you the opposite.
First philosophical idea that came to my mind is the Plato's allegory of the cave, but the reverse version of it, where everyone knows the truth and only Truman doesn't know it, and everyone wants to make him blind and live in this illusion. And also this movie confirms that if you want to find a truth, you will always find it. And also if Plato would watch this movie, he would say that the problem is that we are living in this system, and the system where government and society orders what we have to do.
Plato would have agreed with this idea of film that we're supposed to live our lives like we want and without any orders. Truman Show is just a business.
In the perspective of Plato's cave, Truman was a man who watched and lived the ideal world and fake pictures. Christoph and the actors created these illusions. But in the end, Truman was a man who found the path to the truth and the real world that millions of people already knew.
Oh yes, I really did it. I found you. You're like making podcast, yes? Do you know that really Truman, it's a true man? Oh, you discussed a lot of philosophers, but you are also forgot about Socrates. Yo.
When Truman begins to question and discuss his environment, he uses the similar approach as Socrates' method of questioning to reveal his own identity as well. For example, he noticed a strange behavior of his friends and neighbors. Instead of taking things for granted, he asks them questions to understand what's really going on. For instance, why is everyone acting so strange? And why do people repeat the same phrases and actions?
And additionally, I want to tell you about Immanuel Kant's philosophical approach. He believes that we can only know things as the way they appear, phenomenal reality, not as they actually are in themselves, nominal reality. In the Truman Show, Truman lives in the way what can be considered as phenomenal reality. It means that in his world, he perceives everything in a controlled and presented way, which was in a manner crafted by the show's author, Christopher. This aligns really clearly with Kant's view that our perception of the world is shaped by the innate structures of our own minds, which interpret sensory data according to certain categories of understanding.
The most important thing that we learn from this film is that this is important to ask questions about reality and not accept everything unconditionally. The film reminds us of the importance of individuality, self-determination, and search true freedom, even if it requires courage and give up comfortable but illusory life. Today, this film is almost not perceived as fantastic, since social networks became firmly embedded in our lives, that many volunteers turned their lives into Truman Show. The picture also demonstrates the fact that modern society is very dependent on mass media, which enslave people on both sides of the screen and inspire them with certain values. That is, the tape forces the audience to look at themselves outside and answer the question: who is actually hostage of the situation? The main character living in the scenery, or mass viewer chained to the screen?
You are the main character of your life, even if millions are not watching you. But who knows? And live in the ideal world.
Yeah.